Hey everyone, thank you so much for bearing with me. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get this figured out, but we're going to go remote now, and I guess this is our first look at ArcOnline. I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. I normally have a guest speaker come in and talk to us about ArcOnline, but with the COVID-19 going on, it seems like this is a good opportunity. Everybody's making maps and using ArcOnline quite a bit right now. So I want to show you the Montana State Library's map that's keeping up with what's happening in Montana. This one's a little bit clunky. There are much better maps out there. I'll show you one in just a moment. But I want to start with this one because this is kind of a base model of ArcOnline. Pretty simple map to start with. We've just got the counties here, and they're showing what's going on in the counties and the number of cases. If you click on a county, it'll pull up the statistics. So I clicked on Gallatin County. You see the age range of folks and how the total number in that age range, whether they're male or female. Essentially, this is the attribute table for the information on that county. In addition, there are tabs off to the left. You can pull up more information. Oh, sorry. You can pull up more information over here, looking at hospitalization and all kinds of other information probably included in the attribute table. Total cases by county over here on the right. And across the top, we've got, start with the map. There's other information included in here, the situation update, current information, Department of Health, what the CDC is saying. All kinds of information is out there, but what I want you to see is that this is a ArcOnline. This is created on essentially what we've been using, but it's hosted online through Esri and the Montana State Library. If any of you are still looking for a good final project, I would strongly suggest learning to use ArcOnline. This is a much simpler program than what we're using in ArcDesktop or ArcMap. This is basically a dumbed down version of ArcMap, but it allows you to share your information online with other people. They don't have to have an account to use it. I didn't log into anything to look at the state library here. It's hosted free by Esri online, and you can go in and look at all the information that you've created. It lacks completely the analytic capabilities. You'll see there's no toolbox in ArcOnline, but it's a really terrific program. Now, the next map I want to show you is a much more advanced version of ArcOnline. So I'm just going to pull up Esri's site. ESRI is the company that makes this software. If you're looking for information, you can frequently find all kinds of data on Esri's website. They stream all kinds of stuff. They have a lot of information available for download. The world imagery map that I've been using in class came from these guys. So I'm going to go in and get maps and resources on COVID-19. There is one really terrific site I'd like to look at. So we're going to view global maps and dashboards. If you wanted to go in, you could look at the view online resources and download information or stream information. But this site coming out of the University of Virginia is really what I want to point you to, because this is a really slick, very nice site. They've done a terrific job with this one. It's much more advanced. And this slider is a really cool tool for displaying information. And it is one of the types of tools that's available on ArcOnline. So I'm going to play this, and you can see how this is working over time. And I'm showing you coronavirus data, but honestly, this can apply to absolutely anything. So right now, we're looking at active cases. They're showing active cases here on this map. You can see the cumulative total as we're moving through time is appearing on the map. So they're linking this aspatial and spatial information here. And we'll look at this here in a moment. We're just looking at the United States right now. But as you can see, as we move forward in time, they're changing they're basically following this graph, and you can see the little bar highlighted here as they move through time. So you can go back and look at a specific date and see how things are going. But in addition to this active, they also have confirmed deaths and recovered. So let's look at recovered. Again, this is on the same slider timeline. This time we can watch and see how people have recovered from the disease. There's also confirmed and deaths. You can look at them throughout. But One of the other things to notice is this is set to the default of the United States, but we can zoom out and look at the entire world. So we're watching cases across the world and the number of countries that have been infected and the cumulative number of recoveries now, because we're in the recovered tab, showing what's happening across the world over time. So this is a much slicker website than the one that Montana's hosting. Probably have a lot more resources over at UVA, but this is the kind of thing that you can do with ArcOnline. You typically do the analysis and you build all of this information in ArcMap, and then you upload all of these maps, decide how you want to display your data, and post it online for people to use. So ArcOnline is actually a really slick program. It's pretty terrific. A lot of people are using this for sharing their data now. It's become very, very popular since you don't have to have an account and you don't have to own the software to do this. It's a really great way to share your data with people who don't have the information. So just on a lighter note, I'm going to send you guys this link, but this is a fun little lecture that somebody put together. I have not been able to find his information, but he's using, and I love this lesson plan. I wish I could get his data and learn how to do this, but he's using the analysis tools in ArcMap to actually plan the apocalypse based on a zombie horde attacking and planning routes for how to escape the zombie horde. So different type of world-ending apocalypse, but it's a lot more interesting, honestly, than this virus stuff. And this is a really fun way to use GIS to look at all of the analytical tools that you have available and what you can do. So I linked this article to the page. If you're at all interested, take a look at it because he talks through the steps he uses. It's just kind of fun. Let's see. I think I'm going to just end with that on ArcOnline. The last thing I want to say about ArcOnline is I usually have the guest speaker come in and talk about ArcPro as well. ArcPro is the next step from ArcMap. They've been doing ArcMap pretty much since 1980. And ArcPro is a new version of ArcMap. If you got the download for the student version, you were probably given the option to get ArcPro. To be honest, not many people have moved to ArcPro yet because there's a bit of a learning curve and most people have been doing ArcMap for so long. A few people are moving to ArcPro. My understanding from them is that it is a very slick program. It operates a lot faster. You don't have the slow, tedious analysis. It tends to run analyses much faster. It is a bit of a different interface. So the GUI is a little bit difficult to learn. People who are really, really comfortable with ArcMap are struggling a little bit, but folks who have not been using ArcMap for a long time are going to struggle a good bit more. All of the same tools are in ArcPro. They've just put them in different places. They use a lot more toolbars and a lot less toolbox. I wish I could show it to you, but unfortunately, the reason I have a guest speaker is because I'm not familiar with it yet. So, so many of my coworkers haven't moved away from ArcMap, and you can't share files very easily back and forth when you're creating maps if they're not on the same software. So, unfortunately, this semester is going to miss out on seeing ArcPro, but if you're at all interested in it, there are some great videos on YouTube that you can check out. So I'm going to stop this video here, and I will start another one on doing the class exercise. All right, thanks guys.